Screaming like the start of a race. Diet Pepsi's my fuel in this Monday maze. Shake the weekend fog off my tired face. The hustling begins, no time to waste. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The grind won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Sun climbs up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Street lights fading, sun climbs up higher. Chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The grind won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, I own the show. Know that we can be heavy, but I'm tougher still. Climbing the mountain, fueled by will. Each heartbeat whispers, yes you can. I'm golden, helping every woman and man. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The climb won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show.
Hey guys, welcome. It is Monday motivation night, so welcome in. I hope you love the new intro. That jingle is now stuck in my head, and I'll be going along my day going, type thing. So hopefully it gets stuck in your head as well. So just wanted to do something new. I wanted something that speak volume to what Monday motivation is all about and everything. So I hope y'all got it. You'll be seeing that from here on out. It is a little long. It's, 2 minutes in. But, hey, it gives me plenty of time to, get my water in and all that kind of stuff and get ready to go live with you guys. So, if you do not know who I am, you are brand new to my channel. I am Pamela, a.k.a. Scooterrenee. I am your host of tonight's Monday Motivation, as I am for all Monday Motivations. So, make sure you do all the YouTube things. You subscribe to my channel. You ring the bell for all notifications so you know when I go live or upload new content. And make sure you do a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that as well. So, welcome to anybody that's new to my channel. I hope you'll keep coming back. By the way, not only do I do Monday Motivation, but I also do auctions on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and every other weekend or so or whatever. You just never know when I'm going to do something. And I drop by it now videos. So all the OGs, welcome in. You know who you are. I see your pretty faces. Well, at least in your avatars. Your pretty names jumping in. So welcome in all my OGs and the playback crew. As always, leave me a comment. Let me know that you're the playback crew. Let me know what you think of the new intro. I love it. I think it's one that will get stuck in your head the more you hear it and everything. So, so let me know that you're the playback crew, because this wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for you as well. So, got to have all of you to make this work. All right. Let's see who is in chat, and then I'll do a couple announcements. Some of you have seen those announcements in my shorts. I'll make them while we're live, just in case some of you haven't seen those shorts. Thank you, Josie. So welcome in. Who's up first? Joanne. Hey, Joanne. Welcome in. Good to see you. We got my Jimmy Mac. When are you coming back? Welcome in. Good to see you, Jimmy. We got Josie here. Welcome in, Josie, and thank you. And then we got Nancy here. Hello, Nancy. Welcome in. And let's see. We got Selena, my feather sister, in the house. Welcome in, Selena. Good to see you. I told her, I was like, hey, let me know when you're in there because I don't want to start the video till you come in there. So, welcome in. Now you can do whatever you need to do, Selena. Unless you just want to stay here, that's fine too. All right. I think I got everybody. If I did say hello to you, please just yell at me. Let me know that you're here. I love to be able to say hello to everybody. Sometimes I think I haven't said hello to you, and I've already said it once, twice, maybe 3 times sometimes. So let me know that you're here just so I can say hello to you, and everybody else can say hello to you. So a couple of quick announcements before we get started. Thank you, Joanne. So on my shorts, I've gone back to hashtags. So you got to watch the video. Today I put like a little catch in there. You had to watch the video to know what the catch is. And so I've started the tickets right here. So we'll do a monthly drawing on the hashtag. So if you are brand new to my shorts and the whole hashtag thing, all you do is you watch the short video because it's only no more than 3 minutes, 3 minutes or less. But you comment with whatever hashtag I give you. So you comment down below or on the side if you're on your phone, and you just put in hashtag and whatever that word is. Once I see it, I will thumbs you up and heart you as well. And if you leave a comment, I'll comment back, but then your name goes into the monthly drawing for that. And then also, starting tonight, I know we're at the end of this series, this 8-week series that we just did. Anyway, I was just reading Selena's comment. But now I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to remember to star the comments and then also maybe write it down. And we'll see which way it goes best. But those of you that participate in chat participation will also get entered into a Monday motivation drawing as well. I haven't quite decided. We might do that one monthly as well, just kind of let it build up. Might do it weekly. I haven't decided that. Haven't thought that far. Like, I get these ideas, but I don't think I'm all the way through. So anyways, probably we'll do it monthly just to kind of save time and stuff. But those of you that participate in chat participation, you'll get your little star. I'll write your name down, and you'll get entered into a different drawing. I haven't decided quite what that drawing is going to be about yet. Usually the shorts, the hashtags are going to be something geared towards the auction type thing. So it might be an actual item. It might be scooter bucks. It might be, I don't know, whatever. I'll come up with that as we go. And then Monday motivation, I want to keep it tied to the whole Monday motivation thing. So I haven't quite decided what that's going to be yet. But there is a drawing. So I hope you all had a great weekend. I had planned on it. Thursday, I dropped my cute little short and was excited because it was a work from home Friday. But Friday morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. or somewhere around 5 a.m. to my ear just whooshing, like the loudest, almost sounded like a ultrasound or that's the only thing I can come up with is an ultrasound is what it sounded like more than anything. Just that whoosh, 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 and it was just going in my ear. And it was like super loud in my ear. So I had to, couldn't go back to sleep because of that and everything. And then that led to some jaw pain, which I think was probably some TMJ. And I just hurt so bad in my ear and this whole side of my face. And then Saturday, it was a little less on the whooshing sound, but the vibration. Like I have a vibration right now in my ear. And if you've never had a vibration before in your ear, then it's hard for you to understand. But if you have vibration, noise, like a noise you can't explain, not ringing, like a constant hum, I guess is the way I can describe that, then you know what I'm going through. But the whooshing part, at least that part was over. It wasn't as loud. Still pain in the jaw. And then Robert tried to take me sourcing Saturday, and I was just not feeling good at all. And then Sunday, no whooshing sound, but that vibration is still there, still strong and everything. Slight pain to my jaw because Saturday night I decided that's it. I'm taking hydrocodone. And so then I took one last night and I was like, oh, I don't need to take any more of those because it just leaves me feeling grouchy and tired all the next day. And today was work day. So yeah, Was not good for that. Hey, Lisa D. Hi, my Sandy. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. You haven't missed much. So, but yeah, so Sunday, the pain was less intense. I felt like a new woman, but by Saturday or Sunday afternoon, I was kind of starting to feel the pain again. So that's the only reason why I took another one. So, I hope I'm on the mend from the pain and the noise in my ear. Today, my hearing has been like, what's the word? I can't remember what word I used earlier. Everything's been sounding distorted and it sounds super loud. Like the whole weekend, I've had to turn my hearing aid down to like 4. And normally I have it at an 8. If that gives you an idea how loud I got to turn my hearing aid up when my hearing is bad. And so today, everything just sounds altered, like nothing sounds normal to me. And even when I listen, because I have Bluetooth in my hearing aid, when I go to listen on my phone, it's so quiet. Like it. So I don't know if some of my hearing is being damaged from all that, or if it's just a fluke of all things, the weather changing, 20 degrees difference, all that crazy stuff. Frustrating, but here we are at Monday Motivation. So, hey, Nancy Smith, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm glad to see you today. So tonight, we have reached the top of our summit of Hero Mountain. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Y'all have been with me for 8 weeks. 8 weeks is 2 months. 8 weeks is, 8 Mondays. I was like, wait, is that 60 days? No, that doesn't sound right. So, tonight we'll be discussing what now, since we have arrived at the top of our own Hero Mountain. What comes after this? I'm so glad you asked. Positive thought. That's not going away. Success is not about how high you climb, but how you make a positive difference on the way up. May your dreams be larger than mountains, and may you have the courage to scale their summits. So again, congratulations, everybody. We went through the past 8 weeks of all the cables of success. We even added some ropes in there as well. We added anchors as well. And here we are now standing at the very top of our own individual Hero Mountain. Now, we've just been climbing this mountain, as you can imagine, if you were literally climbing a mountain of our own for 2 months. And as we are at the top of this mountain, we might feel a little breathless as we look at what is before us. Can you imagine what is before you? As you imagine, the view is absolutely amazing as we take big gulps of that fresh mountain air. And as we stand there, we might be feeling satisfaction. Did it? We might feel that contentment with a renewed perspective. But we all must realize that there is so much more to come. There was a song that came out in 1969. I wasn't even thought of or anything. My brother had to be only 3 years old, and we're 8 years apart. So I was nowhere in my parents' mind, imagination, or anything. But in 1969, there was a song that came out, and I don't know if any of y'all have heard it. I never had. I had to actually listen to it so I could kind of understand what the song was about. But it was called Is That All There Is by Peggy Lee. Apparently, it stayed at number 1 in the top 40 for a while. So I was listening to it. I kind of liked it because she kind of told a story along with the song. But before today, or before tonight, I had not heard that song. And I'm not sure, again, if any of y'all have. Oh, Joanne says she did. She remembers that song. But apparently, the lyrics are about a person who is disillusioned with life events. And someone that is just disappointed with everything in life. Even dying can be a disappointment to them. Hey, Wendy, welcome in. Good to see you. I missed you. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing good. Joanne, you're not that old. Whatever. You and Josie both think you're old, and you're not. You're both in your 20s. So, as we have reached the top, it may seem that the only path left now that we're at the top is downhill. So, we may also feel like there's a loss, or maybe there's disappointment that we feel. Some of us may even fear that we might misstep in the next part of our life, in our next event. We develop this fear that we're going to fall hard and we're going to fall fast. I know I told y'all back in October I tripped over a tree root of all things. And of course I had Elle's hand in my hand, and down I went, and boy, I took her down. And I took her down with enough of force that her face ate the dirt, literally. So the shoulder thing happened and everything. But I did go to the doctor last week. They gave me a huge shot in my shoulder. Didn't freeze it or anything. Selena says she had one, and Tammy and some others. And I was like, they said, oh, they'll use that freeze stuff. No, they just did iodine, to what is that for? Sanitize or whatever. But anyways, and did the shot. I have to say, it feels much better than what it was. So every now and then I might feel a little bit of pain. So I think I'm on the mend of that as well. So yes, tree roots can trip us up in life for sure. But these past 8 weeks, however, we have been introducing different cables and ropes and making sure that they are good, strong climbing cables that will ensure success. We've added healthy habits. We added a purpose statement. And so we did all that so we can have hope and positive momentum for our future strides. Lisa D said, I had one years ago in my shoulder, a lot in my knees. Really? Yeah. The only thing I remember from my knee is tearing the ACL, and when they went to put in that nerve blocker, and of course I'm still awake before surgery. I think they might have already given me some. I was still in like the pre-op room, and they given me, I guess, maybe some funny juice. I don't know. I don't remember it hurting super bad. Maybe they numbed it before they did that. But I got to watch the ultrasound where they were putting the nerve block in. But anyways, that's the only thing I've had in my knees. Praise the Lord. So, hey, Jen, welcome in. Good to see you. So the journey doesn't end just because we reach the top. Some people, when they reach the top, they can confuse the congratulations and the warning. Mixing it up, if you will. Congratulations, you reached the top, but now you got to watch what's coming next. Right? Kind of like when we graduated high school and or maybe college. Well, I guess it would probably be and college. But rather you graduate from high school or college or both. We worked so hard to earn that degree, and everyone celebrates us when we get it. And we celebrate for our hard work and everything that we put into it. But after all that, it's like, now what? Will that degree even work in our favor in allowing us to work in the field that we have our degree in? I know my stepdad, for instance, has a degree in, his major was in political science, and his minor was in history. He was a financial advisor. He didn't really use either one of them. So, maybe to some extent, but not really what he was, had went to school for. So now mine plays right into it because it's all with management and operations type thing. And so business. And that's exactly what I do. But some people, they get that degree and it's not anything that they do. So you might be in that same boat. But we should welcome. Let me back up. I'm jumping ahead of my notes. Sorry. And at that time, we can feel defeated. It's hard to look at the next journey. What if we carry the mindset, however, that at each completion was actually an opportunity to grow and move forward? Each completion provides chances to carry those skills to a new level. We should welcome new challenges rather than just basking in the achievement of completed ones. So here's our first chat participation time. We got, I think, about 8 tonight, but here we go. So going back, if you can remember when we first started, let's start at the base of our hero mountain. We're now at the top, so it's a good time to reflect. Where are you right now versus then? Do you still feel stuck? Do you feel lost, incompetent, fearful? If you find that you are stuck again or lost still, what action, so I want you to take it one step further, what action do you need to take to move forward? So let me break that back down for you. Where are you when we first started, maybe versus now, however you want to look at it? Where are you right now versus then? Maybe you're feeling great. Maybe you accomplished something during these 8 weeks that we don't know about. But, do you still feel stuck? Do you feel lost, incompetent, fearful? Do you feel any of those? If not, what do you feel? And then if you find that you're stuck again or lost, what action do you need to take to move forward? Nancy says, more confident. Selena says, all right, here we go. We're going to try this star thing. Selena says, I'm growing, I think. You're always growing, girl. And then, of course, Nancy says, now. Selena says she's feeling better in life. Jen says, same Nancy. And Josie says, I'm right where I want to be. What a great answer, right? Right where you want to be. Okay. I haven't ever done the star thing, so I'm like, seeing how this is going to go. Joanne says, I feel fine. Glad I made it to the top, right? We made it together. So, and maybe if you didn't answer, that's okay. Maybe you're still thinking about it. Maybe you don't want to answer. That's fine too. But just like the chat participation with reflecting, when we reach the top of one mountain, it's good time to reevaluate and recharge. So then you're prepared to apply similar principle and awareness to your next one. Just like we took this giant step to reach the top of the summit, there are still more hills that we will need to climb. This isn't a one and done type thing. No, I love that, Sandy. Sandy said, I was pulled up the mountain by lots of new friends. Love it. So, that's my favorite word, apparently. I'm noticing I'm saying it a whole lot tonight. But anyways. But now the difference is we now have our cables of success solidly in place. So these new challenges we might have won't seem as difficult or rocky as when we first started. You now got some tools under your belt to use, if you will. Let's see. Wonder Woman Wendy says, I felt determined at first and then accomplishments and success. And then now I'm back down to feeling not defeated, but fearful what the next mountain will occur as I go for eye surgery. Love it. Because that's real. We're all going to get to the top of our individual mountains, and then some of us are going to feel like we're not right back down to where we first started. But hopefully, putting these tools in place, each climb will get a little bit easier. I got more on that whole topic there. So, no, Sandy, are you reading poetry or something. She said, I got to the top and a dear lady filled my cup so full it leaked. Love it. Child. See, I can't call you child because you call me child. All right. My boss said, apparently the title company is sending their notary. My boss, mother-in-law, is closing on a house. And I was going to have to go notarize some documents for her, but apparently the title company is sending their notary. So yay, I don't have to deal with that now. Anyways, but when we think about the earth, the planet that we live on, the earth just rotates on its axis. And as it does, it brings us new sunrises and new sunsets. And just like earth, our lives also pivots, revolves, and it adjusts to new challenges and changes in our lives. Change comes with the close of each day, or, if you will, at the end of each chapter of our lives. There is fresh opportunity every day we wake up, always at the beginning of every breaking dawn. In 2017, a psychologist named Susan David surveyed over 70,000 people regarding courage, just courage. And she found in this survey that a third of the responses, people either judged themselves for having negative emotions, or they actively tried to push aside those adverse feelings. Many of the people in the survey did not want to try because they feared that disappointment or disenchantment would haunt them. You know, they would keep throwing it back in their own faces. And Susan David went on further to say that such respondents, these are dead people's goals. I'm going to let that sink in for just a second. Dead people goals? For only the dead people are free of unwanted or inconvenient feelings. They never endure the stress or brokenheartedness or disappointment that comes with failure. She went on further to say that discomfort is the price of admission to a meaningful life. Her main point was that life naturally brings disappointment. I think that's why some young adults that have been catered to all their lives growing up have such a hard time. I mean, think about the sports now that the kids play. Each kid gets a trophy no matter win or lose. They get the participation trophy. There's a lot to be said for kids that participate. They take action. There's a lot to be said about that. But they're not taught the feeling of being defeated. Back when I played sports, you either got a trophy if you were you got the big trophy if you were in first place, you got a middle trophy if you were in second place, and you got a very small trophy if you were in third. But there was no everybody got a trophy, everybody wins. So now our kids, they don't learn what disappointment feels like, what being defeated feels like. And there's something healthy in that as well. And I think that's why our kids now, they don't understand. You know, it's like I tell my youngest daughter, she'll be having a frustrating day, and I'm just like, honey, that's life. You know, you're going to get a blown out tire when you hit a pothole sometimes. What can you do to turn it around? You're going to have, you know, where you forget your electric bill is due and your electricity gets shut off. What are you going to do to make it better? You know, there are things that are going to be thrown at you. You're going to get into arguments with your spouse or your friend or your siblings or family members, whoever. Hey, Harry, welcome in. Good to see you. John F. Kennedy, our 35th U.S. president, once said that change is the law of life. And those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. So let's do another chat participation. The second week, we went over our mindset cable. What head trash are you facing? For example, incompetent, can't learn tech, or whatever it may be to learn, maybe it's failure. What head trash are you feeding yourself? Then I want you to take it one step further and come up with an action to move forward from it. So tell me what your head trash is, and then tell me what the step you're going to do to remove it. I know for myself, it's saying things to myself like, well, you did it again, Scooter. You got yourself in this mess. You messed up once again. How will you ever overcome all of this? Well, my action step to move forward would be to acknowledge it and then start breaking it into attainable bites. What about you guys? What head trash, and I'm talking about the negative feelings, what head trash are you telling yourself? And then what step are you going to take to overcome that? Kind of like the example I gave for myself. It's so funny because I was just talking to Selena about this today, and I said, I need you to hold me accountable for when I'm head trashing myself. And remind me to break it down in bite-sized pieces. And she's like, well, Scooter, I don't ever want to, go against you or whatever. I'm like, it's not going against me. It's reminding me, hey, you said this, now do it. If you're going to walk the walk, if you're going to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk, Scooter. And we need people in our lives to do that with us. Harry said, I can feel down sometimes. When I came over here with positive people, I feel so much better. That's awesome, Harry. You're going to get a star. You're going to get entered into the Monday Motivation giveaway as well. So, but Harry, those of you that participate in chat participation now enter into a drawing, probably a monthly drawing, and it'll be something centered around Monday Motivation. And then if you watch my shorts, I do a hashtag over there. You just comment with the hashtag and you get entered into another drawing. Hey, Cole. Welcome in, sister. Hope you're doing good. So what head trash are you feeding yourself? And then what are you going to do to change it? I'll give y'all another minute to kind of come up with that. You're fine, Cool. You'll have to go back to the beginning and watch my new video. Anybody want to admit to it? I told y'all mine. All right, well, I'm going to keep on moving. If you come up with something, let me know in chat. So we all know that one thing is for absolute. Right, Harry? You got to change your way of thinking. That's a hard one for you, Joanne. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I probably head trash myself more than I care to admit sometimes, most days. So. Jen says, failure, fix the situation to avoid it in the future, right? I don't know if you get a star, Jen. I don't know if you're like me, though, and it's like, I'm going to put it nicely here. Dang it, Scooter. Didn't you learn your lesson the first time? The second time? Maybe the third time? Why do you keep putting yourself through this? I don't know. Misery loves company? I don't know. But I'm bound and determined to overcome that. Sandy says, surround yourself with those who will tell you truth and hold you up while you face your reality. Ooh, that one's deep, Sandy. That one is deep. I got chills just reading that. Surround yourself with those who will tell you the truth and hold you up while you face your reality. I love that. If I could give you multiple stars, I would. How true is that, though? true is that we need people that are going to tell us to our face, hey, look, you screwed up, but it's okay. It's okay. Face the reality and do something to fix it. Right? Love it, Sandy. You get the gold star tonight. Yeah, it's the negative self-talk that we do to ourselves. Cool. Nancy said to not give up. Yes. Gotcha. I got you, Sandy, through the good, bad, and ugly, right? Josie said, I tell the truth, but some don't like that in me, right? Some people can't handle it. And there might be days that I don't like it. Not you personally, but I don't like someone telling me the truth because it's, pointing those fingers at me. Even though I gave you permission to do it, there's some days I might be like, well, who does she think she is, But deep down inside, they know you were telling the truth. So, we all know that one thing is for absolute sure, and that is that the world is changing at an increasing pace. I mean, let's look at Facebook. In an average minute, that's 60 seconds. Every 60 seconds, Facebook receives 900,000 logins. I'm always on Facebook. Just going in and seeing what people are doing. I check it like in the morning. I might check it midday, check it in the evening, and maybe once before I go to bed. But I just want to know how people are doing. Twitter, or now as we call X, receives 450,000 tweets or reposts, wherever they call it now. I'm not sure what they call it now. I know it was called tweets back then. There are over 156 million emails that are read. 156 million emails that are read. Robert gets a ton of emails each day. I get a ton of emails at work and my own personal business and just regular emails as well. Every day. Good for you, Lisa D. Some of us are addicted to it. Right, Joanne? We check our emails every day. I check mine all the time because, by gosh, if you send me an email, I'm going to respond back to you within at least 24 hours. And then, of course, most of them are mostly not, it's junk emails that I delete. Harry says, what you got to remember, they love you or they would care and tell you the truth. So when you think there's no one that cares, just look towards those people that told you the truth, right? Yes. Right? By the time I figure it out, they update and here I go again. That's the way I feel about PayPal right now. It's like, really? We changed PayPal's layout again? I don't know if they do it on the personal PayPal, but on business PayPal, it feels like changing. And maybe it's only happening every 6 months, but it feels like it's constant. All right, texting. Let's talk about texting. There are 15 million of those that are sent. 15 million. That means we're doubling the amount of data created in the world every 2 years. We are now moving forward with self-driving smart cars, with the program destinations. Our new computers are processing faster than the human mind can even begin to comprehend. I want to search this on Google, and instantly I have an answer. Sometimes Google will already have an answer for me, and I haven't even asked it yet. It somehow knows the question I'm thinking. Y'all know what I mean when I say that. Like, have I been chipped? And I don't know I've been chipped, because how does Google know that I was about to ask that? The wide range of industries that are impacted by automation, our mindsets are enjoying the present yet focusing on the future. It is fundamental to a healthy mental code. Right? I do too, Joanne. And sometimes I Google, like, the whole ear thing. I Googled it and it had me so scared Friday. I was like, why are you doing this, Scooter? Stop it. So I never went to Disney World or Disneyland back when I was a little girl. And apparently there was an attraction that was called Carousel of Progress. Any of you ever knew about this? I didn't know about it. Again, good old Google. I've used it twice now today. Probably used it I used it way more than that. But I had to look this up. Carousel of Progress. Yes, right, cool. Google is listening to everything you're doing. Selena says, I need a smart, I think she meant car. Definitely don't need a dumb one, especially when I'm driving. Whatever. I thought that's what you meant. Sandy says, me too, Amy, but they sure get a lot of what was thinking with me. Or they get a lot of what was she thinking with me, right? What is she thinking? What? No one would ever ask that question. Apparently I do. Right? I mean, there was a girl I follow. She used to work for Poshmark. And so I still follow her, because she's left Poshmark, went to a cooking school over in somewhere overseas. She went to cooking school. And so I still follow her on Instagram. And she was saying that apparently there's this new taxi service. I can't think what it's called now. I'll have to look it up. But it's called something. And apparently it happens in California. But apparently one of those vehicles that has no one driving it, it's like the movie Total Recall to me. You get in the car, you tell the automated thing where you want to go, and it takes you there. It got pulled over. It's like, who did they get the ticket to then? Because the person's just a passenger in the car. It's an automated thing. There's nobody driving it, so to speak. I don't know if maybe someone's on this, if it's kind of like a service, where it comes over the speakers or whatever. It was like, so who got the ticket? That's what I want to know. There you go, Joanne, right? Sandy says, I'm a control freak. Just can't imagine a car I'm not in control of. That's why Robert would be. Yeah, I think Robert would have a hard time with that too. So anyways, back to Disney World, Disneyland, the most exciting place to be apparently. Never went there when I was a girl, but apparently there was an attraction there that was called Carousel of Progress. And apparently this was created, because I didn't know this fact either, it was created for 1964 New York World's Fair. And then was later moved to Disneyland in Anaheim, California, where it ran from 1967 to 1973. Lisa D said that car wouldn't be for me, especially winter in Wisconsin, right? Right? Like, I just want to know what they do with the ticket. That's all I want to know. So, apparently there were many revisions after that. I do remember Tomorrowland, I think, was one of them that it was after that, and it closed for good in 2001. So, bless you. Even though they closed the door of that attraction, it opened more opportunity for new attractions relevant for the new age. So the Carousel of Progress was like things that was going on back then to where we are, showing what the future that we're in right now look like. I can't remember the example, but there was, examples of different things that we have now that you didn't have back then. I'm sure some of that was probably computers and things like that. And thank you guys. And so then like Tomorrowland, it, took from, I guess, before 2001, obviously, to what the future looked like then. So seemed like in the back of my mind, I remember part of that. But then the other part of me was like, no, never heard that either. So, all right, where am I at my notes? So looking at our own sales, just because some gateways of our past are now closed or will be closing, it's still no time to panic. We can look at it differently and realize that it's actually a time to embrace change. So here we go, chat participation time. A different week, we discussed our purpose and passion cable. Do you remember your mission statement that you created? If not, I encourage you to go back and watch. If you do remember, what was your mission statement and what will that help you do moving forward? What was your mission statement and what will that do to help you move forward? My mission statement was driven by the desire to encourage and equip women and men to be better, do better, to provide all the tools, both technical and mental, that they will need to enjoy a more positive motivation in the second half of their life than they did in the first. To move forward would be to keep doing Monday Motivation and maybe also find a person or two that I can mentor as well. So what will your mission statement do to help you move forward? Harry says, I can brace the men, women restrooms. Men belong in the bathroom with only men. There we go. Joanne says, I can't remember 2 minutes ago, let alone that far back. So go back and watch it, because I'm sure you're not the only one. Go back and watch it. I only remember mine word for word because I went back in my notes. I kind of, cheated on that part. So if you can come up with something, put it in chat. Let me know what that mission statement was, how you plan to move forward, and you get your star. So Josie said, mine is never give up. Harry says, I can't. Oh, I love it. I can't brace. Is that what you were saying? I said you can. Okay, y'all had to really be laughing then because y'all were like, oh, and then there's that, right? So while you think about it, if you decide to make your comment, then I'll be watching chat. Selena said to be an even better me. Love it. I think Wendy was going to say something. So I'm going to keep moving. Some people worry, and you might be one of them. Sandy says, live by grace, give grace. I think of it every day. Love that one too. To control my diabetes versus having it control me. Yes. Love it. See, it doesn't have to be technical, work related or whatever related. It could be your own personal goals, your own personal mission statement. I love that one, Wendy. Yes. So some people, I don't know if you're one of them, worry about robots taking over the world. I know I've heard that statement before in my life, but they're not going to. But people do actually worry about that. Robots actually create additional need for human interaction. Automation is best used to use over those mundane rote jobs is what they're good for. It frees up the time and creative energy for us to use other skills that we have. The calculator, for example, I use mine on the computer, but we have calculators on our phone. I have mine on my computer, but the actual calculator itself, Who in here still writes down long math problems on paper? I don't. I don't have time. Rarely do I use mental math to add or multiply large numbers. I have that small device called a calculator to do the computation for me at a much faster rate than I could. Do you really, Sandy? Or are you just saying that? Are you really going for the gold star today? I mean, we're not talking 2 plus 2 equals 4 or 2 times 2 equals 4. We're talking long math problem, long, large multiple numbers. Yes. Right? Me too, Joanne. I love the calculator. Okay, how about this? Some of you, I don't, but some of you might have a sprinkler system. I don't trust my fingers. She is, Joanne. She's really racking those stars up. Yes, she is. But maybe you have a sprinkler system. You no longer have to go outside. I know one person has a sprinkler system. Cool Ranch. You no longer have to go outside with a garden hose and a sprayer to spray your flowers or your garden or the grass, especially when we get dry in the summer. It just automatically comes on and does it for you. Yet, remember that the timer still needs to be programmed in order to work. So someone has to do that part. Right? She is a good girl. Cool. Yes, I do have a sprinkler system, but still water my pots by hand. I know, I was just messing with you. Because I was like, who do I know has a sprinkler system? I know. Our next door neighbor has one. So, and some of the stuff that he's gone through, I'm like, this is why we don't have one. This is why we only have rosemary bushes, because I'm not going to water. I'm not going to get out there and do it. So rosemary plants, let's just plant those because they don't take a lot of water and they love the sun. So learning how to best use additional automation will open new doors for opportunity for everyone. The developed skills, career experience, and freedom will generate additional opportunity in select areas as well. In order to maximize our opportunities, we can't back away from technology or things that are advancing. And if we find one small nugget of helpful information, it is worth the time. Have fun with that, Sandy. I did not get my grandmother's nor my mother's green thumb at all whatsoever, or the patience. I do. I am very proud of that. I have a peace lily. I think it's, whenever my dad passed, and that was 3 years ago. And that thing, I still have it alive. It's still in my house. I need to move it to a bigger pot. I need to put more soil in it because the water, has made it decrease. But I remember I do remember this, that my mother told me that those will let you know when they're thirsty. And all you got to do is pay attention when it's looking weepy and everything, looking sad. And mine gets to looking pretty sad sometimes. And she's like, just give it some water and it'll perk right back up. And I'll be darned if she wasn't right. So yes, they are, right? Cool. They are so resilient. I love mine. Robert doesn't care for it, but I love it. I love knowing that I'm keeping it alive. About the only thing I kept alive before that was my kids, They were probably the most important thing, obviously. But let's see. To develop our external skills, we need to focus on our internal strengths, our internal mindsets, relationships, and purpose. When we work from the inside out, it will help us adjust with a calm, reassurance, and determined mindset. So kind of like Wendy with the diabetes, working on the inside out. You got to know what your numbers are. I woke up and checked mine the other day, Wendy. Now, granted, my diabetes has never been outrageously high. I'm just before I was at my A1C was at a 7, and that was last March. So a year ago this month, my A1C was at a 7. It's now like right below being almost right there. It's on the line of being pre-diabetic. But I worked hard at it. But you know, it's the same thing. It's knowing that one piece of information, that one little nugget that can help set you up for success. We got some people coming in. We got Tammy, Dream Chaser here. Welcome in. And make sure you water your kids more than once a week. Right, Mary? We got Red Road Lena here. Hello, hello. Welcome in. So good to see you. All right. Where am I at in my notes? So, even when we're stubborn about changes through necessary things, you know, we're unexcited about this change that needs to be made. Kind of like I was when my A1C was as high. Oh, that's where I was going. Sorry, I didn't finish. And so anyways, Wendy, my number the other day when I got up, I hadn't eaten, hadn't done anything. I test my sugar and I test my ketones. And my sugar was at 135 or 153. Now I feel like I'm getting dyslexia with that. It was a high number, needless to say. Normally I stay in about the 90s to maybe 110. And it was that high. And I hadn't tested in a while. And I was like, oh, what am I doing that's causing that number to be high? Again, it's not outrageous, but it's not good either, you know. Hold on real quick. Let me make sure I do this so I don't forget. Welcome in, Elfish Tanks. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. And then Tammy. Thank you, sweetheart. Y'all know we got to do this really, really quick. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate you so much. All right. Randa. Hello, Randa. Welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while, girl. Wendy says, my sugars are great unless I'm under stress, and then they drop really low. That's what happened Friday where they had to stop and not do the surgery I needed. Oh, that had to be frustrating. I'm sorry, Wendy. Nothing more frustrating than to know you're supposed to go in for surgery and then because of some other issue you can't have it done. Supposed to say everyone, but Siri no listen. If y'all know Tammy, I can hear her voice say that, but Siri no listen. All right. So let's see, where was I? So yeah, we're unexcited about change, right? But we can face the eye of the storm secure and calm, knowing who we are and where we're going when we have that one little piece of nugget of information. So let's do another chat participation. Those of you that are just coming in, I do 2 giveaways now starting this month. Watch the shorts, answer in the comments the hashtag of the day, and then you get entered into this drawing. And now, if you participate in the chat participation, you give me a good answer, then you get a star, you get entered into another drawing for Monday Motivation. So let's do another chat participation. On another week, we have discussed the competency table. I would like for you to name one of your core strengths. What is a core strength that you have that you're competent in? And how will you apply it to the future? That doesn't count, Tammy. Nice try. Nice try, Tammy. So, what is one of your core strengths you have that you're competent in? And how will you apply it to the future? Yes, and also, if y'all could add Lena's daughter Shadow to your prayers list, please. She's not been feeling so great. Nancy Smith says encouraging. Very good. Tammy says perseverance, right? In more ways than one. Yes. Randa says being a leader. There you go. Love it. Wendy says stubbornness, where I make it work for me instead of against me. Yes. How's that? Take that negative thing and turn it around, right? Josie says never giving up. Jen says leader. Awesome. Sandy says loving. Boy, ain't that the truth, Sandy. So y'all gave me great answers. How are you going to make it work for the future? Give me that answer too. Joanne says, listening to people and trying to help if I can. Yes. Selena says, lifting people up when they need it. Encouraging. Yes. That's really what that money was for, right? I'm just kidding. Stop by with my you-know-what tomorrow after work. You can visit a minute after. You can visit a minute. Either my mom. Does mom come tomorrow? Is tomorrow when your mom comes? I thought it was later. I thought it was later this week for some reason. Lisa D says, faith, as my arthritis and diabetes continues to worsen, I know prayers will help me get through. Yes. Lena says, show people you care. So mom is here. Tomorrow, or did she come today? Tomorrow, right? I can't remember. Wendy says, encouraging others and giving them ideas for being a mentor. Yes. She got here last night. All right. Well, I didn't see her over in your auction. Did I miss that part? Jen, helping others with their insecurities and not to give up. Yes. There you go. Great. So who knows what a rudder is? Does anybody know what a rudder is? You're going in the jar, Lisa. Okay, gotcha. Tammy's mom is just like Tammy. So they usually butt heads because they're so much alike. So, if you don't know what a rudder is, yes, Joanne, is on a boat. It's on a boat. A rudder is what steers the ship. Just like a ship, we too have an inner rudder that controls our life's direction and guides our courses. I didn't say udder, I said rudder. We have an inner rudder. Coleridge says, rudder is that thingy, whatchamacallit, on a boat. Yes. Coleridge is choosing my words. Whatchamacallit. The thingamabob. Is that good or a bad thing? Right, Lisa? Is there one on the plane? I didn't know that. I knew you knew what it was, Tammy. So a rudder is what steers a ship, and we have an inner rudder in ourselves that controls our life's directions and guides our courses. So, if you will, it's an inner counselor. Our soul, spirit, and awareness. It's what guides our actions and the feelings that we have. They say that this internal awareness is linked also to a woman's intuition. Yep. It's linked to our intuition as women. Not singling you, putting you out here, Harry. I love having you here. But yes, it is linked to our intuition. But it's also a deep-seated insight that feeds on knowledge, experience, and instinct. Keep in mind, though, that intuition is not based on those aspects alone. Our intuition and guidance that we have are also derived from beliefs. Now, normally I don't go there with you guys. I keep politics and religion. Everybody that's been around Scooterrenee knows Scooterrenee never talks politics, never talks religion. I'm going to go there for 1 second, if you will. I have a strong belief in my higher power of my God. I also believe in prayer and reflection, and that they are important parts of every person's journey in life. When we have true peace, it doesn't come from some regulatory program or sanction. It comes from an inner decision and guidance. I do know there are many who reject any sense of spirituality, but yet when faced with a major crisis, those same people realize that there is more to life than what is only visible or tangible. Brenda says, that's why men think they have to argue with us all the time. Yes. Love it, Randa. We all know what uncontrolled panic is, and some of us have gone through that ourselves, probably most of us. It's when those times where we find ourselves in the middle of a confusing and threatening dream. We become silenced by the unvoiced scream, where our cries expel in slow motion. It's as if we are screaming in quicksand. We also have that feeling when we're amidst crisis and change, the emotional waters that we find ourselves in become muddy, they become swampy, and just full of sludge. We want to choose flight when panic and fear settles in our thoughts. We find that we're unable to move forward when faced with feelings of impending disaster. We need help. Let's throw in another quick chat participation time. We also discussed our skills cable. What are 2 skills that you will develop, and what action is needed to move forward? What 2 skills will you develop, and what action is needed to move forward? If you participate, you get a star. What is your advice on letting go of a bad past when there is everything around you reminding you of that bad apple? Letting go of a bad past when there's everything around you reminding you of that bad apple. I feel like part of that has to be choice, that you choose to have everything around you to remind you of the bad apple, or you choose to reevaluate those things that are around you. I think that either A, they can remind you of the person, or you can change what they remind you of. Maybe you look at it as in where you've been and how far you come. Sometimes we can take those bad apples and actually use them for something good. But I think we all travel that differently. I think we all carry those bad apples differently. Mine would have been, if I had to think of a bad apple, would have been my ex-husband, and mine was just get away from him and anything that's associated with him. So all his family members, I parted ways. I chose to part relationships for my daughters with them as well. And so I blocked them. I took everything out of my life that, came close. Do I always not get reminded of that bad apple? Yes. But it's how I choose to look at it. Do I choose to still be in that victim mindset, or keep myself surrounded by those kind of things? Or do I choose to look how far I've come and decide to make changes in my life. Me personally. Somebody else might have a different answer, but that's me personally, how I look at it. Harry, thank you, Randa. I love it. I love it when y'all do that. Harry said you got to find in your heart to forgive that person, but not for them, for yourself, so you can heal. Yes, and have peace. That's one thing that my oldest daughter has had a hard time with, is the whole giving thing. And I'm like, you're not forgiving them to say, hey, it's okay what you did and you're getting away with it. You're forgiving them to give yourself some sort of peace in what has happened, because you can't change the past. The past is the past. Wendy said, learning to forgive and live for today, and also learning to ask for help. It's okay. Yes. I will always tell you guys to ask for help. Get you someone that's professional, that knows what they're doing, and get the help that you need. Cool says, I believe you should put them in a pretend box and put them away in a closet. Or bury them. That's the only thing I can think of. I know I've done that. I've taken something and burned it, which I think we've all heard that idea. Writing something down and then taking a lighter and just burning the crap out of it. I give this power no more. You no longer have power over my life. Randa said, yes, but when life is involved already, like songs or jobs or food or dumb stuff like that, it's more of I'm in a great mood. Then bam, the song comes on and then it's in my brain, right? I can so relate to that, Randa, because I am a music person, and songs tells my feelings. It shows what I'm really thinking, and it'll make me think of something in my past that maybe that song was around back when that was going on in my past life, so very relatable. But you have to train, as I always tell these guys, your brain is a muscle, and you have to train it that when it starts going there, you turn it off and turn it to something better. Kind of like if I'm having a rough week, if I'm listening, and this is me personally, somebody else might be different, but me personally, I can usually really recognize that the reason why I might be having a rough week is it could be as simple as the music that I'm listening to. So myself, I choose to turn on K-Love at that point. And so here lately, the past, I don't know how many months now, it just stays on K-Love. Regardless of if I recognize that the music's on or not, it's on there to kind of help my mind from going there. I'm not saying it's 100%. Or probably every day I probably have a little setback that I have to work on. But I know for me, surrounding myself with things like that kind of helps, If that song is making you go there, if it's making you think of something else, put on a different song. Put on the song that makes you want to sing at the top of your lungs and go for it, The music that really feeds your soul. Switch it, turn it off. You don't have to listen to it, if that's something. But I understand that we also relate, things like maybe a job or food or stupid things like that. Those stupid things are what wakes me up at 5 a.m. and just keeps replaying over my mind and over and over again, But we're human. So I think that's a great question. I think that's great for all of us to be able to kind of reflect and figure out how we, would answer that as well. Sandy said, Mom always said, hate their ways and pray for change. Love that. Cool said, yes, forgiveness is for yourself more than for the person. Lisa D, yesterday I was talking to my brother why I keep letting our sister back in just to have go sour hurting me, right? Yes. Bury the box. Yeah. That's so hard to do because, you want to believe that there's such a good person in that person that you're like, okay, I'll give you another chance only to get slapped in the face again. That's the only way I can describe it. I will have to say, Robert's ex-wife, oh my gosh, every time I thought I could finally become friends with her, become relatable to her with having, sharing her daughter and everything, I felt like she would slap me and Robert in the face every time we would do it. Just when we thought we could trust her, just when we thought that we could actually move past the hurts and everything, we'd just get slapped in the face again and reminded of why we didn't, wanted anything to do with her. Me and her at our 2-year-old grandson's birthday party had our first picture made ever. We've come a long ways. So it can happen. But there are people that I'm like, nope, you're never coming back in my life. I'll let you come in to, what's the old saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me the third time, we got problems, So, but yes. Selena said, I buried the letter I wrote to the doctor who relied on my daddy and said he only had bronchitis when he ended up having stage 4 small cell lung cancer, right? Yes. Josie said, ask yourself if being angry really going to matter in the future. I knew what you meant, Selena. Lie, not ride. Sandy says, I bury my troubles in the sand and leave them behind. Remember the lesson learned. Do not repeat. Unless you're hard-headed like me. Good night, Tammy. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. Remind me tomorrow, bring that to you. Don't let me forget. Lisa D says, oh, probably 10 times. She's my sister. Only reason, but I can't no more, right? I've shared with y'all my relationship with my stepdad. I ended that relationship back on October 17th of 2021. Why do I remember that date? I have no idea. But it was right before I lost my biological dad and my mom. I do know that much. But I love him. I just can't allow myself to be around his narcissistic behavior, even though I don't know if he would even remember that now. But I refuse to ever put myself in that situation again. I still take care of him at arm's length. I take care of his finances and paying for his nursing home and all that kind of stuff. But I did at arm's length. I say a whole lot of prayers, and, it is what it is. I had to choose to heal myself from that and to get myself better health mindset, healthy. So, but some people have to make that choice. And unfortunately, regardless if it's family or not, we all have to sometimes cut those toxic things out of our lives. So, all right. Did we do skills table? Is that what y'all are answering? And I just totally let y'all down. The skills and what action? Did I totally miss that? I'm just going to give y'all some stars. How about that? I'm just going to give y'all stars because I think I totally let y'all down on that. There we go. All right, I think I got all y'all. Randa said, there's a country song that came out and I sing it out loud. I sing it loud to my past when it comes on. And it says, you're nothing but a liar and that I keep climbing higher. Yes. See? You get another star, Randa. That's what I'm saying. You gotta, if you find yourself in that situation, when it comes to music, find something else that just rocks your world. Your mind probably will stay there for a second or two, but once you get into singing those words, especially like an anthem song that just speaks volume to you, yes. Selena says, I like to roll my brother in a wheelchair on a steep mountain. Any girl can dream, right? Sandy says, warning, this is bad. I was a pallbearer for X. It went through my mind. Guess who got the last laugh? Right? Like you hate to think that, but at the same time, no, Randa, no. You did not interrupt. No, ma'am. Always feel free to do that. I don't care what we're discussing. Always feel free. If you got a question that you need help with some answers, maybe finding an answer or whatever, always feel free to do that. Always. I mean, I go by my notes, but we can always break off to other things. No big deal. So, going back to what we were discussing before the chat participation, when we're faced with impending disaster, during these desperate times that we have had and will have, it is very crucial that we seek a greater power than ourselves. I know when Robert and I have gone to Colorado, or when we went to Daytona Beach, I'm just in awe of what has been created. And just like that, the human body is also equally awe-inspiring. If you think about it, we create life. As women, we create life. We give, help give life to those. And I mean, if we just take our hand alone, there's 27 bones in the hand. And when we're holding things, we're using it to create something or do something, we can take for granted that it moves in sync. Our hands and feet, for the most part, move in a rhythm that allows us to walk and hold objects. They just do it. Like, you don't even have to think about, hey, I'm holding my phone, until I say, hey, I'm holding my phone, right? Those intricate signals, connections, and triggers for these movements to happen don't just happen randomly. If we look at watches, or if we look at a clock, those pieces don't just come together and randomly just start working perfectly in sync on their own power. A designer had to do it. A designer had to bring it all together for the design to exist. Michael Behe, B-E-H-E, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, author of Darwin's Black Box, writes of the functions of the mousetrap. A mousetrap. Yes, a mousetrap. Hold on just a second. My ex kidnapped me and Eric beat me up when I had cancer. Crazy thing is he ended up dying from cancer. I forgave him before he died, and it set me free, right? Yes, I love it, Lisa D. They can roll down that steep mountain together while we high-five. Yes. So the mousetrap. The purpose of a mousetrap is to immobilize a mouse so it can't continue to chew through sacks of food, scaring the bejeebies out of us, or chewing through our electrical wiring. This basic wooden trap consists of just the following parts: a platform, a holding bar, a catch spring, and whack, the hammer. 4 parts to it. That's all there is. But if there's one part missing, obviously the trap will not work. If one part is immobilized, the trap will fail. The mousetrap is simple, but it is so effective. All right, let's do another chat participation. We got 2 more, I think. 2 or 3. 3, sorry. 3 more chats, and then we're going to keep going. So, chat participation time. Remember, you get a star if you comment. Last week, we discussed the relationship. Hold on. I was jumping ahead. Sorry, guys. No, we're not. I did jump ahead, but another cable we discussed was the habits cable. What area do you desire to build expert status in? And from there, what action would be needed to move forward with that? So we're talking about habits. What areas do you want to become an expert in of your own habits? And from there, what action would be needed to move forward? Is it eating better? Is it exercising? Habits, good, positive habits is what we're talking about here. Oh my gosh. I have my driver's license in wheelchair driving. I have a friend that had, she didn't have cancer, but she took chemo for the issue that she had. And so I would have to push her around in a wheelchair. She was my director of Pamper Chef. And so we would go to conferences together, and I would have to push her around in a wheelchair. And I became very good at it. And then my stepdad, and then my mom, and, you know. Harry says he used to have rats until he got a cat. And then there's that, right? Hey, Steph, welcome in. So good to see you. I'm so glad to see you. Selena says, while motivating each other as they went down the hill. Sorry, that was bad, but it was funny. So what habits do you want to develop? And what action do you need to move it forward? Randa, cleaning with organization. Love it. Jen says health, lose weight. Exercising, go to the Y and work out. Yes, I need to get into walking or get back into doing something. I miss the gym. I really miss the gym. And I never thought I would say that. I need some good habits and practice at maintaining them. Yes. Harry, just get a strict wife. You'll get to break all the bad habits, right? I will give you a star for that. Josie, I need to stop giving advice. I would say, especially if it's someone that's not wanting to take that advice, right? If they're asking you for advice and then not do anything about it, then why give it? Yes. Right, cool. That's so hard. I've worked so hard at that. Keeping your live auctions on a regular basis. Yes. Sandy says self-control. Right now, I'd like to calm down. Aside from that, the weather improving, being able to do right. Yes, just this weather being better. We were at 70 something today, and tomorrow we're supposed to be at 80. Like, you talk about changing my mood. Yes, I woke up grouchy this morning. Even was grouchy to someone else that's in our chat over the phone, and I called that person back this afternoon and said, I'm so sorry for being grouchy with you. Organizing and exercising more back into my Tai Chi. Yes, I remember when you were doing that. I miss doing my water aerobics more than anything. I miss that so bad. Something terrible. But then I'm like $25 a month. Finish organizing, processing on a more regular basis. Yes. Sandy's solar power. All right. So talking about the mousetrap, the design of it pales in comparison to the universe, the human body, and even timepieces. Yet the principle is still true. Also, oh, Harry, if you only knew. I can never see Scooter being grouchy. She's always been so nice. Yeah, that's my husband. Oh my goodness. See, that right there will tell you who it was. Yeah. She's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. Yes, you will. So, in Bay's book, that's what I'm going to call him. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. B-H-E. He was writing on the implications of biochemistry discovery since Darwin research in 1859. Obviously, there has been tremendous advance in molecular, however you say that big word, biology and genetics. The complexity of the design grows in magnitude and significance. The intricate details are difficult to explain from a mere evolutionary process. There had to be a designer. All right, let's throw another chat participation real quick. Last week, we discussed the relationships cable. Just last week, we discussed the relationships cable. I want you to find again your close circle. We talk about who is in that life raft with you. What, if any, changes do you need to make with that close circle? Who is in your inner circle? Define that real quick. And what changes do you need to make with those close circle? I told you mine was communicating with my close circle even more. Taking time to talk and enjoy conversation and not be so quick with texts and emails and stuff like that. To be more, have more human interaction instead of technical interaction. And of course, I told you who some of my people were. My husband, my kids, some very special friends I have in my life. Those are all in my raft. And those friends, we're probably talking about 3 to 4. We're talking about a handful, maybe a handful. Good group of women, talk more. Yes. Selena, okay. Also, I just had a little root up to me. Stick his butt in my bag and farted on me. Gee, thanks. Well, then there's, people like that. I was going to say something else, but I'm going to let that go. Come on, Sandy. I'll make room for you. Come on in the raft. So while y'all think about that, I'll watch chat and give you a star if I see you answer that. Who's in your circle and what changes, if any, do you need to make with that? Selena says, be there even more for the people I love. Yes. Boy. Okay, I was like, little root. So when we think of the significance and the magnitude of our world, I can't help but turn my thoughts to God, who is more creative, more powerful than I can even begin to imagine. These thoughts I have aren't based on some blind faith. Joanne said, husband, daughter, and grandkids, close friends, good communication, staying in touch better. Yes, that's mine. Staying in touch better. No, see, there's some good things, right? Wendy says, since I haven't been on Facebook with the whole I episode, she really enjoys talking to people on the phone. Yes. Kind of like the other day when I blew out my tire and I hit that pothole. Some of y'all remember that. I hate driving slow. I'm a fast driver. I'm like 70, 80, maybe 85. But driving on a donut, you can only go 50 miles per hour. It taught me to slow down. Slow down, Scooter. You don't always have to be in a hurry. See, that's how you take something negative and turn it into something positive. Sometimes I hate that about myself. It's like, okay, you don't have to see a silver lining in everything, Scooter. Yes, Steph says staying in touch on a more regular basis. That's like, it was so funny. I reached out to Steph by email and I was like, hey, I was just thinking about you. You doing okay? Notice I said by email. But anyways, and then I saw after that on Facebook that she had talked about what was kind of going on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you. Selena says, I like the people in my boat. Just make a longer rope for my brother's lifeboat. He's driving me crazy, right? Corinne says, I need a bigger raft for all our family and good friends. Josie says, I have the Lord Jesus, my family and friends. I'm good, right? Yes. There's no way that we can comprehend all that happens in a lifetime. Ultimate reality of God puts life in perspective. As Billy Graham said one time, that when you're prepared to die, you're prepared to live. I get chills just saying that. It just does something to me. When you're prepared to die, you're prepared to live. When we're standing in muddy waters and we're at the base of our hero mountain, we can take heart. We now know that there is power and help for the climb, both physically and spiritually, just like tonight in chat. We can prepare for the next ascent with the proper tools and take one step at a time, reflecting on the significance of our uniqueness and surrounding ourselves with the ones that we know that will help and encourage us on this journey. Then we begin the next climb. It is important that we remember that if we never start, we'll definitely never finish. I hope each of you will continue climbing new hills with the various cables and tools that we now have firmly in place. We will all experience our own lives in unique ways. Just like you, I hope this will give us a stronger start in scaling our own other hero mountain successfully. Let's climb on. All right. Last chat participation for this series. Wow. 8 Mondays. 8 series. Or 8, whatever. But obviously there's more that will be coming. We'll just be moving on to other things, other topics. But tonight we finished our climb to the top of the summit. What is your response? Here's your last chat participation for tonight. What is your response to, is that all there is? And how will your future change? Oh, awesome, Lena. Love you, girl. Sandy says, Mom wanted to hug Jesus. We knew it was going home time for her as much as we wanted to hold on, right? Yes. I love that, the Billy Graham. I've heard of Billy Graham all my life, being Southern state, Bible Belt, everything. But when you're prepared to die, you're prepared to live. Like, that just resonates with me so much right now. So, what is your response to, is that all there is? And how will your future change? One last time to get into the Monday motivation drawing. The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit, right? Cool says, only God knows my future. I just pray it's positive, healthy, and fun future. Yes. Jen says, there's always more. You just have to find it. Right, Joanne? There's a lot more to come. Harry says, you got to want to change your future, because if you don't want to change, you're not going to change, right? I always like it when I see Wendy go, It's like I can just visualize her thinking. Randa says, I don't think that when it's like that, I always find something else to get into. I don't think that when it's like that, I always find something else to get into. Is that all there is? Is that what you're saying? Josie says, be thankful for what you have. The rest will happen like it should. A lot of power in that. Right? Yes. All right. As always, thank you guys for starting off your week with me for Monday Motivation. I hope that this series has been good to you, that you're walking away with some important tools or nuggets of information. You know, if this is the first time of this year that you caught me live for Monday Motivation and you're wondering what this whole climb of Hero Mountain, go back, start with the very first one. And then you can build off of that and get those tools and nuggets of information as well. Next week, I think I'm going to change the topic because we kind of reviewed everything tonight, which is what was planned for next week. So stay tuned. I haven't decided what direction I'm going. So, Wendy said, "Is there all there is? It's all that you can do. It's what you have inside of you that gives more. And it's also in God's planning of what your journey is." Yes, love that. Awesome, Steph. I was hoping you would come in here tonight. Oh, Steph, go back to the very beginning. Watch the new intro video. I love it. It's a catchy tune. I think. Sandy says, "I want to leave this world with my loved ones, knowing I loved with all my heart, and we shall reunite in our forever home." Amen. Yes. All right. Tomorrow night, real quick. Tomorrow night, I will be on with my feather sister Selena for our one fry short of a Happy Meal at 7:30 p.m. Central. Robert and I went sourcing this past weekend, even with my messed up ear and everything and jaw, and I could tell I wasn't feeling it, but I got some stuff for you guys. I got some great new items to show you guys. Wednesday night will be Halfway Wednesday show with Tammy Dream Chaser at 7:30 p.m. Central. And then, of course, Thursday night, Cool Ranch, as always, will be back with me at 7:30 p.m. Central as well. Saturday, I think, we'll be on over at Cool Ranch's channel at 7 p.m. Central. So make sure you are subscribed, that you have the bell marked for all notifications, and don't forget to leave your thumbs up on your way out. Also update my community or post tab now, as it's called in YouTube, so you can always see where I'm at, who I'm telling y'all to come watch and everything. So make sure you are subscribed so you can see that. Don't forget your hashtags. Get those hashtags in. We're going to start doing that monthly drawing again on that. So, oh, thank you, Randa. I appreciate you being here. Steph said, "Been fighting a severe sinus infection, had me sidelined." Right? That's what I'm wondering if this whole ear thing was with sinus. Love you, cool. Sandy says, "I think they left out the fries some nights, from crying on Monday to crying and laughter Tuesday," right? And of course, Steph is the chicken nugget. Steph is always the chicken nugget. So there you go. Y'all can lift Steph in your prayers as well. We would greatly appreciate that as well. Remember, success is not about how high you climb, but how you make a positive difference on the way up. May your dreams be larger than mountains, and may you have the courage to scale their summits. I'll see you guys next week. Y'all have a great night, a great rest of your week. Now let's do this thing.